Cannon was back. What's happening, Wolfpack and Cool Kids? It's your boy, CJ So Cool, and I'm back again with another reaction, guys. This time I'm going to be reacting off my laptop. That's right, I said it, my laptop, and I'm going to be reacting in front of the green screen, guys. So what that means is we are about to change everything up when it comes to reactions, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Starting today's reaction off right will be the first video, and that is 8 worst sports injuries caught live on TV. Let's not waste no more time. Let's go!
Clint Malarchuk was a Canadian ice hockey goaltender for the NHL from 1981 to 1992.
Okay,
he survived a life-threatening injury in 1989 when another player's skate blade sliced his carotid artery and jugular vein, causing immediate massive blood loss. As an opposing team member skated down the rink toward the goal, he was blocked, sending his skate blade flying toward Malarchuk's unprotected neck. As blood started to spurt out onto the ice, all Clint could do was try to keep pressure on the wound. Even the commentators were utterly disgusted at the sight of it, imploring that the cameras turn away from the injured player. Malarchuk lost 1.5 liters of blood, and it took doctors a total of 300 stitches to close the 6-inch wound. In 1977, when Lakers power forward Kermit Washington punched Houston Rockets forward Rudy Tomjanovich, the game of basketball was never the same. Back in those days, being physical was just a part of the game. Roughing up an opposing player was often overlooked by refs. During the game, there was a scuffle between two players on opposing teams. Tomjanovich ran up right behind Washington, who turned around to deliver a nearly fatal right-hand punch to Tomjanovich's face. The hit knocked him to the floor, leaving him in a pool of blood. Rudy suffered a dislocated skull, with spinal fluid leaking into his mouth. Famous Laker Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said the hit sounded like a melon being dropped onto concrete. This event has been described as the punch that changed professional basketball.
Wow. Let's pause the video right there, guys. They said that punch is remembered as the punch that changed professional basketball. Okay, that means that all the fights we see today has nothing on what they saw that day, and probably had an effect on today's basketball game, which is why they don't punch each other no more, guys. The shit is dangerous, okay? This is basketball, not boxing. He almost killed that man, guys, and in the result, it changed the whole way basketball was played. Let's get back into the video.
Because since then, the NBA has established much stricter regulations in the fouling system. In 2013, University of Louisville basketball player Kevin Ware landed awkwardly after attempting to block a three-point shot. As he came down, his leg bent the wrong way and totally snapped. He suffered a compound fracture to his right leg, which left the bone protruding several inches out of his shin. Players on the bench all shuddered at the sight of the injury, while some others were unable to watch. While lying on the floor of the court, Ware repeatedly said, "I'm fine, just win the game." He was then carried off on a stretcher and taken to a nearby hospital. Miraculously, his team went on to win not only the quarterfinals but also the NCAA championship, where Kevin was allowed the honor of cutting the net from the hoop.
Damn!
Because of Anquan Boldin's determination and tenacity, he has been described as one of the toughest football players of all time. During the final seconds of a 2008 game against the New York Jets, Anquan went up to catch a pass from Cardinals quarterback Kurt Warner. As the ball firmly entered his grasp, he was hit from the back, propelling his head forward into an opponent's helmet. The impact knocked him out cold and left him with severe injuries to the face and chin. He had surgery for a fractured sinus membrane, which required 7 plates and 40 screws to fix. After missing only 2 games, Anquan returned to the field and
hold on, Antoine only missed 2 freaking games after all that? This nigga does have some tenacity. Okay, you know what, guys? Hey, I don't think there's nobody on this list stronger than this man right here. He was only down for 2 days, man. He got hit by 2 trucks. Well, they was football players, but still 2 trucks. Let's go.
The stadium by catching 2 touchdown passes. Getting hit in the face with a baseball going an average of 100 miles per hour can be fatal. Former Red Sox pitcher Bryce Flory can attest to this firsthand. In September of 2000, Flory sustained multiple injuries after getting hit with a line drive straight to his face. He wasn't able to get his mitt up in time. As the baseball smashed into his cheekbone, he instantly fell to the ground, writhing in pain, blood gushing from his cheek and right eye. When he sat up, he looked stunned as he spit blood from his mouth that was rushing in from his sinuses. Flory suffered a fractured cheekbone, fractured orbital socket, and
I don't even know what that stuff is.
After facial reconstruction surgery, it only took a couple of months for him to regain full eyesight. Unfortunately, he was unable to perform at his previous ability and was cut from the team the following year. It was the hit that ended his professional career.
Now you see what happened was he was a freaking casualty of his own profession, and then they cut his ass loose like he was a dirty rag. Now, of course, they could have found some type of position for the man. Something. Shoot, an assistant coach, a water boy, a mascot. Don't just fire the man. He got kids, family, had a job, a life. You know what, guys? Let's just continue this reaction.
There's no doubt about it. Soccer is one of the most dangerous sporting events on the planet. When players are running at each other at full speed, the odds of injury are at an all-time high. One of the wildest injuries happened in 1981, when Avod Lenin suffered a huge laceration from an opposing team member. As the two men collided, Lenin's thigh was slit open, resulting in a deep wound of about 10 inches. The cut was so deep that fans could see the bone exposed through the muscle tissue. Although a gash like this should cause a player to shudder in extreme agony, Lenin was overcome with anger about the incident. Struggling to stand, he got up to vent his frustrations at the other team's coach. He rushed over and started screaming at the team manager, blaming him for instigating the foul by encouraging his players to be overly aggressive. After 23 stitches and 2 weeks of recovery, Lenin was back in action.
Wait, Lenin didn't get fired? He didn't get cut? Dismissed, dropped, put off the team, gone, vamos. No, that's messed up. You know what, guys? That is messed up. So baseball is willing to just get rid of you, but soccer is like, come on, we need you. Damn.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship has been plagued with injuries. Knees, ribs, and noses have been broken more times than one can count. Just ask middleweight champion Anderson Silva. In the 2013 championship bout against Chris Weidman, Silva goes up for a kick so hard that he breaks his own fibula and tibia. Silva's foot wrapped around the back of Weidman's leg like a string of Play-Doh. His face radiated with pain as he clutched his leg. This ended the fight via TKO. Immediately after the fight, Silva had orthopedic surgery that inserted a metal rod inside his bone. A statement from the UFC described the surgery as successful. Despite public outcry for him to retire, he returned to the sport. Since then, he has tested positive for banned substances and is currently suspended from fighting in the organization. Downhill skiing is one of the most dangerous sports in the world, and sometimes fatal. Professional skiers put their lives on the line every time they make their way down the slopes. Austrian retired alpine skier Matthias Lanzinger knows this from experience. In a 2008 World Cup Super G run, he loses his footing coming over a hill and crashes into one of the gates. After hitting the ground at a high rate of speed, he becomes unconscious. His lifeless body tumbled down the slope, twisting and spiraling until he slides into a boundary fence. The accident all but destroyed his leg as he was airlifted to a hospital. Due to inadequate circulation below the knee, his leg was subsequently amputated.
Well, guys, it was only one person on this list who actually had to get one of their body parts amputated, and that was the last guy. So, I mean, I guess we can give it up for that. That was kind of like successful, you know? You would think that everyone in this video had to lose a body part because it's the worst of the worst, right? But it was bad, I ain't gonna lie. It was definitely bad, but it was also fun reacting to this video in this atmosphere. This is my first time doing this right here, so hopefully you guys enjoy the many more reactions to come in this room right here. Now with that being said, guys, I have a lot of work to do today, so I'm gonna just get right into the next video. Hopefully you guys meet me over there. Peace.
Shaka Zulu with the noodle in the tech. This is not a purse test, everyday life shit. I've been praying for your downfall, man. But all I see is bad bitches coming down the hill, damn. Shaka Zulu noodle in the tech. Don't tell anybody that the babysitter's dead. And I heard it from a birdie, you was dead. How they bring you back to life, that's a star resurrect. She bowed to her knees, want forgiveness.